Well. Welcome to Insomniac Live.
Yeah.
My name's James. This guy's Corey.
Yes, hi.
He's got a keyboard. I don't think we're early. Our clock says we're a minute late, which is typical.
Oh, I gotta reset my
What
watch because of daylight savings.
Super Nintendo game did you guys play on Friday?
Oh, we were playing Gang Beasts. We were gonna... Okay, there's this long... We're supposed to play Spider-Man, but then Brian couldn't do it. And we audibled and we did Gang Beasts. And then we're like, you know what, let's just play Bomberman. And then we segued into Bomberman.
On Super Nintendo?
Yeah.
Nice. Very cool. As many people may know, yesterday was the 16th anniversary of the original Ratchet Clank coming out on PS1. I do not remember this at track and music at all. That's crazy. So the game came out on November 4th, 2002, which was 16 years ago, which means that Ratchet can now get his driver's license.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank can get their driver's license. You know, they. Oh yeah, sorry. I probably said like we could just keep playing going Commando, or maybe we should play the original since the anniversary is yesterday. And we're going with the original game since the anniversary was yesterday.
Nice.
How wild is that? It's old. It's a 16-year-old video. That blows my mind. I mean, like, I was a freshman in college sitting in my dorm room, like, when I played most of this game. And I played it before any of you out there played it, because I had the whole game early. I don't know. That's really all I have on that topic. I don't even know what we're doing.
Still looks pretty good.
Yeah, we got missions. Locate Skid McMark, help Skid get to his ship. Oh, sand sharks and the nests. Yeah.
What about the 10-year anniversary of R2?
Is that today too? It's hard for me to keep up with all these anniversaries, man. How's everybody's weekend? I see there's a ton of people. Ruben Diaz is there. Kian Prime. Download Trump.
Northern Star
Dragon's out there. Anybody else? Who else? Do you see anybody?
DBZ fan, Portal player, Ruben, same phone who did it.
Yeah.
Hey everybody. And for all you silent lurkers.
Yeah, and you know, if you played the PS4 game, you definitely know what the Sand Shark area is all about, because this area is beautifully recreated in the PlayStation 4 game. And is an excellent area to farm weapon experience. But this is the first Ratchet Clank game, so there is no weapon experience. Your weapons don't level up.
So then you can just use whatever gun is the most effective.
It is kind of the nice benefit of not having to worry, not having to play.
Not
like
optimizing,
Yeah, because I'm a sick person and I only will use weapons that aren't leveled up. So I think I might have to use a bomb here.
They're saying that yes, the R2 was 10 years ago. Yeah. Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, but Ratchet was 10 years ago, so we'll talk about Ratchet. Yeah, that's crazy too. I remember launching Resistance 2. It's been a decade. The whole world. Everything's changed. What a 10 years it's been. What a 10 years. What things... Justin, what was the number one song when this game came out in 2000 and... Like, I'm seriously curious. What was the number one song on
2002?
November 4th, 2002?
Let me wait. 2002. I was... Man, you know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Who Let the Dogs Out was getting airtime. I'm thinking that might have been it. I'm
trying to think what might have been the song. I think it's a little early for Wake Me Up When September Ends. Was the number one song?
Oh, it's getting...
Nickelback? Seriously? Well, can you if you Google, you might even be able to find out what specifically that week was number one.
Alright.
Oh shit! And I got all distracted by that.
The hot Billboard or?
I don't know. If you say like, it should be the Billboard number one song.
Rule.
Man.
Oh, in the world. I think I did USA.
Oh, USA's fine, but in the world's fine too. But USA's fine.
Well, cause like in Australia, it would be some freaking.
Yeah, Nickelback.
It was still Nickelback. So how you remind me was number one when this game came
Year
out.
end charts, top 100 songs of 2002. So it's the year end.
Oh yeah, I'm just curious, like if you could find out what the week of. What was the number one movie that week?
Wait. November 2002. Well, that's right before some Lord of the Rings movie came out, I bet.
Nah, Lord of the Rings would be December.
I know, so it's right before, so...
No.
So... Nothing
Maybe
big.
a James Bond movie might have come out?
Nothing... Oh, like...
Same phone who this asked if I've ever heard of a PS2 game called Rough Trigger. Of course
Harry
I have.
Potter?
Harry Potter? Which one? Was it?
The Chamber of Secrets, November 15th.
That was November 15th, but what
8
came out?
Mile, November 8th.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be right, because this game came out on the 4th, so 8th would be the weekend, so 8 Mile, Eminem.
Oh.
Santa Claus.
Seriously, Santa Claus 2 came out the same year as this?
November 1st.
Wow.
I can't believe Santa Claus 2 is that young. Like, those movies feel older than that to me. Like,
Santa
I felt
Claus
like those were all
1
came
feels
out.
like really old.
Spider-Man.
Well, that was a summer movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm more curious.
Just November, yeah. November.
Metroid Prime, I remember that one. I love the graphics on that
Day
one.
was November 22nd.
Why am I asking about the top movie and music of 2002? Because that's when this game came out. And I don't care about the year. I care about the actual week. Like I'm like trying to imagine like if you turned on your radio, like you bought this game and you drove home and you were listening to the radio on your way home with your sealed copy of Ratchet Clank, because we didn't have no digital games back then. You had to like actually.
You might need to explain to the chat what a radio is.
Oh, a radio is this device in your car that picks up like really long one-way Wi-Fi signals.
Yeah. It wasn't just in your car too. You get a big box and put it in your room and listen to it.
Yeah, and you get the news that way, and you listen to sporting events.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, you turn it on, you listen to the football games. Sometimes football games weren't on television. The only way to hear what was happening was to listen to it on the radio.
Yeah.
Because TV rights and satellite and all that weren't as crazy back then.
Okay, they're upset that I was patronizing them. They know damn well what a radio is.
Lose Yourself.
Yeah, that makes sense. If 8 Mile came out that week, of course it'd be Eminem. Oh, so Eminem was the top song.
Of the November 9th.
The number one song was Eminem. It would make total sense that it was
November
then.
9th to like December 28th was Eminem Lose Yourself.
Okay, cool. So it wasn't Nickelback. Thank God.
Yeah, it was Nickelback.
It wasn't
That was
Nickelback.
top of the year.
Oh, we still have 2 more. Can you believe that? Can you believe that's a crazy thing about Nickelback? Like, as derided as they were like the hottest band that year. They had the hottest single.
Well, it just goes to show.
You remind me of what I really am. It's not like you to say sorry.
I gotta say that things like Spotify and stuff where you get to make a choice, they're a beautiful thing. As opposed to top 40. Although I'm trying to think, there was a time in my life when I liked top 40, and that time is long over, but objectively, music is so subjective, so it's very hard to tell, but like, objectively was top 40 good at some point and then stopped being good? Or is it just that we got old and grouchy?
I think it stopped being good.
Yeah, I think so. I think that objectively there was some sort of decline in pop as a genre.
I also think maybe it kind of declined as it became more, I feel like maybe once upon a time, like, there was some level of, like, the music that was good and popular rose to the top, and now I don't know if that's the case.
That was the same way with blockbusters, with blockbuster films.
Like, it's like what gets the push and the marketing, and not necessarily what is the best.
Right. Like Jurassic Park 1 was a big success because it was great, but then it made less money than Jurassic World 2 because of things other than quality.
I know, I forgot there's 2 sand sharks left, and I don't know where they are.
Covered by a webcam.
No, see, the little counter is covered for them by the web.
Oh, by us. Oh, I'm blocking a sand shark.
Yeah, Key and Price says, I remember this level, isn't it, in Ratchet Clank 2016? Yes, you do. This you definitely do this area. Maybe they're up here somewhere. Did I miss them up here? I don't see. Oh,
There's
they're
one
in
in
the
there.
center.
There's 2 in there. These guys look like the graboids in Tremors 2. Have you seen Tremors 2?
Mm-hmm. Ratchet Cinema ESP. Hi. All right. Yep, top center. We figured it out. Dick Chainblade says my boy is 16. Yep, Ratchet 16. Oh, now we can use the hoverboard track. Yay. Zeratak, thanks for the follow. Lombax 2010, thanks for the follow. My Airspace, Bat of Sealand, Short A and Z, Alebicon, and Mr. Kyle 12. Thank you all for following. It's a lot of followers in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Do we
People like
do anything else here?
anniversaries.
Let's see. Find Skid's agent. Alright. Agents always have useful information.
Same phone who dis has a little clapper icon next to their name, and they said, "How do you like my icon, James? I got it from clipping all of Corey's awkward moments." I like it.
I think it's cool.
Now you're like a set PA. Insomniac Live, take 7.
Yeah, so when I played this game, so I was a gaming journalist. I had done stuff on it. I really liked it. I was really big on it. And honestly, maybe I hadn't really done anything on it. I don't remember. Actually, I guess probably I hadn't done much on it. But what happened was, PlayStation. I had a debug PlayStation 2. So they would send me stuff to preview because I wrote for a magazine. So I had stuff that was like long lead. So if you want to get something in the magazine, you got to send it out pretty early.
Yeah.
And this is great for me because that meant I got stuff that a lot of people don't necessarily have. And I still even have some of these builds at my house. So this must have been 3-4 months before release. So we said November. So this is August, maybe even July. But I think it was August because I want to say I was in college and I just probably moved into the dorms. They mailed out the first 8 planets. I think there's 24 levels if I remember right in this game, and they mailed out the first 8 of them. So you could play the first 8 planets of Ratchet Clank. And so I was able to play through the first 8 levels of this game in like August of 2000.
I bet if you still had that disc and you tried to sell it online, you'd get a pretty penny.
I would think it does seem like people are always interested in earlier builds of games.
It's a special rare collector's edition for the enthusiast.
Yep, and so I played the first 8 levels, and then a month later they sent me a disc that had the next 8 levels, so you could keep going, and then finally a month later we got the full game. And we must have gotten the full game in October, so that seems right. October we got the full game, September we got the... But I had already, like, early October I had already beaten this game entirely and played through it, and I loved it, and it was one of my favorite game of the year, and it was, it was just spectacular. And then from then on I covered all the other ones, and I don't remember if I did all this or not, but whatever, it's still cool. And we're out of ammo. What is up with this?
They're saying stop being stingy with your bullets and buy ammo, good lord. And that's Northern Star Dragon, who is probably like the foremost expert on playing the game.
I haven't seen a shop. I don't remember where Skid's agent is either. But, well, I said it's my favorite game of the year, one of my favorite games of the year. I just don't want to say like, oh, it was my favorite game of the year, then someone goes back and proves like, well, you said you like Resident Evil 4 better. I don't know. I put it up there. I gave it a very strong review. I don't recall what I may have listed as.
So, as a games journalist during that time, were you involved in this whole shift in the rating systems where they would use these cool, like funny faces that are kind of getting more extreme?
Talking about Game Pro's rating system.
And they look sad and frowny if the game's mediocre, and they're like ecstatically grinning if it's. And then you kind of like put a stop to that. Were you like in that camp? Because I'm sure it was like a divided thing amongst the critics, and you were either with them or against them.
Kian Prime says, "Where's Mr. Zircon? He didn't exist in this game. He was just a twinkle in his father's eye at this point."
Oh boy.
Oh wow. I think this is where it is. We found the agent. Yeah.
No signal whatsoever. This downtime is killing me.
Do you need medical attention?
Are you planning to celebrate Ratchet Clank's birthday? Yes, Zeke Fergay. That is exactly. Their 16th birthday was yesterday. But I was too busy at a Cleveland Browns game pretending to be Brian and Tar.
You're Skid's agent.
Was Skid's agent.
It's funny too because like I have to yell. I have to talk to Brian about this because he got all aggro, but they were playing the Chiefs, and I was rooting for the Browns. But like there was a weird situation in the stadium that actually I'm really curious to the broadcast. But I thought the Chiefs kind of got hosed, and like Brian was all like, "Oh, it won't matter, dude. Don't worry about the Chiefs getting hosed. It's fine. Your team will be fine." I'm like, "I'm not even rooting for the Chiefs. I'm rooting for the Browns, dude." Promise. I'm rooting for your boys. Resistance 2 10th anniversary. I think Remaster is mad we're not playing Resistance 2. We can play Resistance 2 this week. This is usually when all of our games release, though, is right around this time of year, so
Yeah.
it quickly becomes birthday. It becomes Birthdayville.
Yeah. We have birthday celebrations at our office once every month to celebrate everybody whose month is was born in that month. And every month there's Insomniacs that are born, and you're like, wow, that was a heck of a year. There's a lot of good Insomniacs born that month. And then the next month, same thing. Same thing, same thing, same thing.
There, is everyone happy? I refilled my ammo.
They're gonna make Bad Boys 3. Oh, with Will Smith and Big Mama. What's the guy's name from Big Mama?
I don't know.
Or is it Big Mama's House? What? I forget. He went crazy, remember? He was like in the street saying they're coming to get me, they're coming to get me. He was talking about
don't remember.
Martin Lawrence.
Remaster says NC's already playing R2, so it's fine. So there you go.
Oh.
Yes, quite lovely.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's crazy. He's back? I didn't know he's still working. I thought that he donned the suit for Big Mama's House and he went wacko, and then he was running around in the streets saying that there's some conspiracy and they're coming to get him. And that was right around the time that Britney Spears shaved her head too, and so everyone was saying there's some like some cult thing in Hollywood that's like controlling these actors and whatever. I don't know. Did anyone ask for Bad Boys 3 or Top Gun 2? I asked for Top Gun 2. Oh yeah.
I didn't ask for Top Gun 2, but we'll see. It'll be fun.
Oh, come on.
You're
an Air Force family. Like, how are you not all over that?
They don't need to be Top Gun 2, but I understand why Top Gun 2 helps get an Air Force fighter pilot movie made. Corvus Hole, DLC transactions, Denny Loves You, and Icy Flames 96. How's Icy Flames not following us already? Goodness.
Wasn't that movie like the best recruitment effort? Like,
yeah, it's why my dad. It's why my dad got back into. I mean, my dad wanted to be in the Air Force, but he was too tall. But then he saw Top Gun, and it made him like want to get into the Air Force again. And so then he went and checked, and he was actually, and they had changed the rules, and he was no longer too tall. So then he got into the Air Force.
Dude, that's such a wonderful story. I wish that I could say that I watched The Wizard, and then that made me want to get a career in video games.
You could just say it.
But it's not true. Your dad genuinely was like, dude, Top Gun.
Well,
like, listen to Loggins. I gotta follow my heart. I'm doing it. Like, that's basically how it went down, and that's so fucking glorious.
Well, my dad's dad is a fighter pilot as well. So.
That's also pretty badass.
He's the first person ever to survive a mid-Atlantic bailout.
Oh.
Yep.
Wow. Did he like float around for like
days? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, back then. This is like in the 50s, but there's no GPS or anything.
Dude, that's crazy.
And you just have to decide on if the freighter that you saw is, well, do you think it's a friend or do you think it's like the Russians?
You don't have a choice. You got to get on it anyway.
Yep. There's the Norwegians, fortunately.
Oh.
Oh.
You know they're not gonna sink because they all got wooden shoes.
If you're just tuning in, maybe I should wait a second because the tweet just went out.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about The Wizard and Top Gun because James's dad reinvigorated his interest in going career in the Air Force after watching Top Gun. And then I guess Top
He's a
Gun-
general now.
Yeah, and he's a general.
So,
Yeah, that's pretty good. The closest thing I have to that is when I see the Colonel logo on KFC. I don't have a general though.
got it. If you just tuned in, this is Insomniac Live, our daily show where we play video games of ours and other people and answer your question, talk to you. It's your chance to talk to us. We were going to have a different show today, but we had some scheduling issues with folks here, but Jenna and Alexis will be here soon this week.
Yeah, well,
Or maybe next week.
It might be next week. There's some like
They're working on some
deadlines that they're trying to hit. Yeah,
Got
so
it.
they're a little busy.
So, but they're going to be here to play a game, and we'll get some other fine folks for you if we can get Brian and Tahar to show back up again, play some Spider-Man maybe this week.
So we'll get some fine folks, and we'll also get Brian into Tahar.
Yes.
I'm just
But he's a
he can
Cleveland-
take it.
He's a Cleveland Brown
Yeah.
fan.
Wait, so is he from Ohio?
No, he's from Connecticut.
He's from. Oh, okay.
I don't know if his family is from Ohio.
I was reading online that Connecticut is like a place that is forsaken. You don't want to go there, and that the people there are joyless.
I don't think that's true. There's two sides of Connecticut. There's like a rich side of Connecticut, and there's like a blue-collar side of Connecticut.
The only part of Connecticut that I like is when the Yankees went into King Arthur's court.
Got it.
Because
Is
I
that
love
the-
King
do you-
Arthur.
You actually like that, or you're just saying it because it's the only thing you know about Connecticut?
Yeah, it's the only thing I know about Connecticut, but I freaking love King Arthur. And it's sad to me that they've never really made a great King Arthur movie. Excalibur's
Have
okay.
you seen the trailer for that new Robin Hood movie?
Oh, my friend was the assistant editor on that movie, and I tease him all the time about, like, what a steaming pile of crap it is.
It's brutal.
No, he's okay with it. He knows.
Oh.
It's bad.
I saw the trailer, but I thought it was such a weird trailer in that they're trying to kind of hide the fact that it's Robin Hood until the end with the trailer. I'm just like, is it supposed to be like a reveal that this is Robin Hood? It's pretty clearly Robin Hood, but they kind of make it and then they start sprinkling in the sheriff.
And he does all these video game moves. Like, they treat the movie like it's a video game. Like, he'll jump up in the air and he'll go into that bullet time and he'll go, you know, shoot rapid fire arrows, and it's like, that's so far removed from reality, and there's no type of Matrix story elements that would justify it. It's supposed to just be like medieval times, and he's just really good with a bow, and it's like, yeah, it's BS.
Pokemon God 777 said, man, it's difficult to go back to this original Ratchet Clank game. I'm so used to having lock, strafe, naturally upgradable weapons, and a decent bolt gain curve, among other things.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I keep trying. You notice sometimes I'm jumping into a mode to aim because I'm trying to strafe. That's just so built in.
That is the one thing about older games that may not age well is the control scheme. I was playing Mega Man Legends the other day. That game is really awesome, but the controls suck because there's no analog stick thing, so you have to use the R1 and L1, and it's a nightmare. But the game's great. I wish it was remastered with analog stick controls. How does it feel for this franchise to be that old? Wrinkly, saggy, fatigued, grumpy, stiff.
Yeah, you have to roll your muscles out every morning.
Yeah.
So you don't.
Oh, speaking of old man pains, so I was sitting watching a movie on the couch the other day, and I didn't realize, but instead of leaning back on the couch, I was kind of hunched like this the whole time, and then it created this really, really bad pain in the center of my back. It hurt really bad, and I was stressing out about it, and I take painkillers and stuff, and it wouldn't go away. And then I took a hot shower, and the pain left my back entirely. It was completely cured, and all the pain manifested itself right here in my arm. And it was the exact same amount of pain, and it's just went over to there. It was some, I don't know. And I was thinking, wait, so what, this is a mental thing? Because it doesn't make any sense. What's going on? And then I realized that it must all be in my head. And it's crazy that my head could be sending me these type of false signals like that, and I don't have control over my pain sensors.
So this is like Toegate.
No, Toegate was real.
Oh, okay. I wasn't made up in your head.
No, that was real.
All right. What games are you looking forward to in November and December? Well, I know
More
these
Red
two
Dead.
jokers. Yeah, exactly. These two jokers have just been playing from the. I'm looking forward to just playing more Red Dead though, and I think I have to restart Chapter 2 because I'm pretty sure I will suffer from that bug if I don't. And fortunately, I haven't gotten beyond Chapter 2, but it's still a little obnoxious. So I will be. I plan to play more of that. I have a feeling a lot of my Red Dead playing isn't going to come till December. When, we're on holiday break for 4 weeks. Yep, that's right. The second season of the show will end because we're going to be gone for 4 weeks. We'll be back in January with the third season of Insomniac Live. Yeah.
Third season is when a lot of shows hit their prime, so you guys should be excited.
Yeah. No.
The Simpsons, King of the Hill, they both were the best in season 3. And then they start going downhill after that, so.
Like, you almost have to play this game like with a claw, like, so you can adjust the camera. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm like clawing it, like
Yeah.
I'm like my index finger on the fire button, so that I can aim with my thumb. Why are you blasting them with crates instead of just because I can. Oh wow, I did run out of ammo now.
Oh, they're asking about mince pies again. See, I thought that was like slang for some sort of like gross, thing that's embarrassing if you say yes, but I think they genuinely want to know, do you like mince pies?
They're okay.
They're okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Like, you like Cornish patsies?
I don't even know what that is, but
like
that also
a-
sounds
it's like
like
a-
something like inappropriate.
Hey,
this guy put a Cornish patsy in his mouth.
Oh, look, we just got the very sucky trophy. Man, I should sync this to the internet so I can get it. The suck cannon was great. Really fun. Not as good as Blaster, but really fun. If we don't mess with the wall climbing glitch, alright, maybe we will, maybe we won't. Vacuum molars bolts. I love the tornado effect. God, it's so good.
Yeah.
So good back at the time.
Ooh. Nice.
I'm good.
Are we gonna see Ralph breaks the internet?
Yeah, I am excited because apparently, the VR thing, like they have the Star Wars VR thing for it called the Void. I want to keep playing. See if again, here's the claw. Trying not to tire these guys out. They have a Wreck-It Ralph VR experience coming. I can't quite afford that yet, huh?
I don't like Sarah Silverman. That's my.
But I like the first one. I will say I do think I am afraid this one's gonna suck. Because I do think
Now they're just memeing themselves.
well,
They don't have the heart anymore.
No, I don't know if it's that. I'm just worried that I am worried that one of the things that made the first one great was that it had the constraint of having to focus on video game stuff. Whereas now it's going to be all it can be anything, and so when it's anything, it kind of I guess it just feels cheap because it's just like, well, if it can be anything, then it doesn't really matter. Like, does that make sense?
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe it'll be fine. But I'm just worried. It's like, oh well, anything could show up because it's the internet, and then it's not quite as cool. Whereas in video games, maybe you can be more creative, and maybe it's a little more surprising when certain things show up.
It would be funny if there's like a hard R-rated version where it's like anything on the internet.
Did you see the PG-13 of Deadpool coming? This Once Upon a Deadpool for the holiday season, where Deadpool literally reads the movie Princess Bride style to an adult Fred Savage in bed, and it's a PG-13 cut of Deadpool 2.
Okay, I like that he reads it to Fred Savage. That's good.
It's like extra narration to cover over the jokes and split out the parts that they can't use.
Okay, you know what? I actually think I might like that version more than the real version because it's, I don't know.
Yeah, Deadpool 2 is.
Yeah.
Andrew Lincoln left The Walking Dead. And we talk so much pop culture on this show; it's unbelievable. I quit watching.
Yeah, who watches The Walking Dead?
I quit, but apparently it was good.
Isn't the joke that show has been The Walking Dead for years now?
Well, it got bad and then it got good again and then it got bad again. Apparently it's getting good again, maybe. Oh shit.
See, it's funny that Last of Us is such a big thing because no one cares about zombies anymore.
No, that's not true. People give a shit. People love zombie stuff, man. People love
so
zombie
tired.
survival. Nah, people love zombie survival. You may not care, but people love that stuff. And I think it like
was
Days
such-
Gone. Days Gone is going to be so popular because it's going to be a really fun zombie open world experience sort of thing. Like,
I hope so. I mean, it looks cool. It just to me, that stuff peaked like maybe around 2010, 2012.
I honestly don't think it has anything to do with zombies themselves. The concept of zombies is just about doing zombies right. That's my opinion. I gotta think about this for a second.
Yeah, this puzzle's hard.
There we go.
See, my thing with zombies is like, how are they still alive?
They aren't. They're dead.
So, but I mean, so I have blood running through me, and if you shoot me in the arm, I will die because the blood comes out, and then the blood is the fuel for my body, just like
Yeah, they
gasoline in a car.
reanimate cells that are. He just pooped that infobot out.
Like, I don't get, like, their ecosystem doesn't make sense to me. Like, vampire I can kind of get behind because it makes more sense. It's like, well, they're feeding off of a human and
Yeah,
they
John
need to act.
DeVento points out that they announced that they're making 3 feature films starring Andrew Lincoln's character because he didn't die. We're expecting him to die. It looks like he died, but then you find out, yeah,
Don't you think maybe they're kind of overcommitting before they see how the first one does?
no, probably not. It's all about franchises. Franchises.
Yeah, well.
Writer's room, baby. Get that stuff going.
Warhead assembly technician. Mutant animal
Zombies aren't real. Well, until they are, and then...
My point is that I just can't. The believability is not there for me. It's too preposterous.
Gerbil Vibe, Eco Eclipse, One Piece Suit 94, Tangle the Lemur, W7E1, Weeds in 1, I don't know, Dog Fluffs, Real Mega Buster.
Ooh, I like that name.
Thank you all for the follows.
You're absolutely right. I am.
Sure.
You saw more news about the Avatar sequels.
Well, it's not a spoiler remaster when they're saying Andrew Lincoln is starring in 3 Walking Dead movies. That is not a spoiler. Like, they immediately announced the movies, like, with everything last night.
It's a spoiler the way when you have like milk that's expired and you lift off the lid and you're like, yeah, that's spoiled.
Yeah, I mean, I don't watch it, so I don't know. Maybe it is, but like, I'm pretty sure even within what they showed last night, they made it clear that he was fine. So, I mean, and then they're like blasting everyone with 3 movies starring Rick Grimes or starring Andrew Lincoln going forward. So I don't think it's really like it's a spoiler the way Infinity were, you know. Well,
Hey, they're saying there are titles for the Avatar sequels. That can't be real. That's not real. I refuse to believe that's real.
wait, what? The titles for the Avatar sequels?
They got released apparently, and they are Avatar: The Way of Water, Avatar: The Seed Bearer, Avatar: The Tolkien Rider, and Avatar: The Quest for Ewa.
Awa.
That's BS, dude.
Justin, confirm those titles, please.
The Seed Bearer?
They're on BBC?
No, that's not. The Seed Bearer.
Yeah, that's what they were.
The Seed Bearer, that's like lingo. That's like.
So wait, those are actually real.
The Seed Bearer is like dirty lingo. They wouldn't call it that. That's like, it's like lingo in the underground. It means somebody that's carrying an STD.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so they wouldn't call a movie that. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
It's underground, okay? I'm not saying I agree with it, I'm just saying it's a thing.
Talk about learning. Neptar, thanks for the love.
The Tolkien Rider. The Seed Bearer is not my favorite.
So they saw documentation. It's not fully confirmed. For BBC News posted.
No, it's rumors. These aren't the real names.
Well, they could all be internal names too, and then. But then again, if Cameron got attached to an internal name, he's probably gonna make it stick.
He's made sequels twice before, and both times they were like the best sequel names. Okay, they were Aliens and Terminator 2: Judgment Day. Those are some sick ass sequel names. So don't give me the Seed Bearer. No, I can say this though. James Cameron definitely like he went through some sort of thing in his life in his later years where basically he lost his edge. He lost the thing that makes him James Cameron, and he's like, for lack of a better term, a wuss now. And the Seed Bearer sucks. All right, I love his work, but he lost it.
You get a taunter.
Oh, that's a nice one.
I haven't played Ratchet Clank Nexus yet. Need to buy it soon and try it. Oh, you should have got it last month because it's so good for October. It's kind of spooky.
Yeah, it is a good spooky October game.
But you know, you can still play it in November.
Oh man, how did I walk into that?
Best sequel names: Too Fast, Too Furious. Too Fast, Too Furious is up there. We did a stream about this already where we talked about it for a good 20-30 minutes. The best one ever is Sister Act 2 Back in the Habit because it works on so many levels. Because the habit is what a nun is, back in the habit.
I like how after you suck them up, they become explosive. That's the best part. It's like, why are these frogs exploding? I just sucked them up.
Maybe they're having some sort of chemical reaction.
See? Alright.
I am saying James Cameron lost his edge. It's
I'm
true.
losing my edge!
I think he did great work, but basically almost no filmmaker has been able to maintain quality over multiple decades. In fact, I'm pretty glad that Insomniac is still making good video games because we're up to, what, 25 years almost? 24 and change. And,
yeah, 25 years in February.
It's very hard to stay good at stuff for that long because once you get up to that amount of time, it's no longer about being good, it's about being good and adapting as the world around you changes.
Right.
So you look at someone like John Carpenter, who I really love as a filmmaker. He was great in the 70s and early 80s, but he did not adapt or change his style at all. So as society moved forward and as technology moved forward and all this stuff, John Carpenter just sat there and kept making the same stuff, and it just got worse and worse and worse compared to the world around him. So then he just stopped in the 90s. He's like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore.
Do you have a certain turning point in James Cameron's career? That's from Setzer.
Oh yeah, it's after Titanic when he kind of like semi-retired and made his little ocean documentaries and stuff, and then he came back and made Avatar. That was like after Titanic is when he's done.
So really, Avatar is what you're saying.
But even before Avatar, because that was 2008 and Titanic was like 96 or 97. So I think 97. Oh, wait, 96? Did you really make it only 2 years after True Lies?
No, it was 97.
97, okay, 3 years later, okay. So it's during the hiatus between Titanic and before Avatar ramped up. That's when he basically went through another divorce, and it was like his third or fourth at that time. He realized that he wants to do this exploring in these submarines deep underwater and in the Mariana Trench and stuff like that. So his one true passion for filmmaking kind of like took a backseat to his exploring and underwater fascination. And so then he made Avatar, but it was no longer, he wasn't in the same mindset as when he was making his movies before, where there was this whole world. Now his whole world is like the ecosystem, and he's really big on environmentalism and stuff like that. And you know, it's not the same anymore. He did have a good run though. Yeah, he had a great run. Well, Battle Angel, he did not direct that, he just produced it. It does look, I will say, it looks cool and not like the same drivel that a lot of other stuff is. That's tough. I'm looking forward to Battle Angel.
I'm just being stupid is what I'm doing, instead of actually trying to kill stuff.
Favorite John Carpenter movie? The Thing. That's my favorite. But I like Halloween a lot. I like They Live a lot. I even like Prince of Darkness, even though a lot of people hate it. I think it's really cool. I like Escape from New York, but I don't like watching it. I just like thinking about it. I think it's actually pretty cheesy when you watch it. It's not like that great, but the premise of it is so cool, and that it was the inspiration for Metal Gear. I think that's why I just like the idea of it. Are you sure I'm a fan of Avatar? I didn't really say I'm a huge fan of Avatar ever. What about Big Trouble in Little China? Oh, it's good. I don't know. Not a huge fan of it. I like Kurt Russell.
I'm sucking it up right now.
If I'm gonna watch John Carpenter or Kurt Russell, I'll just watch Escape from New York or The Thing.
saw John Carpenter do a Q&A and a screening thing. It was pretty sweet.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah, I saw the first.
It was a 35mm print too.
Nice.
It looked glorious. It was really good. Thing's awesome. I could watch the Thing over and over again.
Christopher Nolan. All movies are really good. Batman, Inception, Prestige, Memento, Interstellar, and Dunkirk. I heard his...
Why were they having such a problem with these guys? Come on.
Oh yeah, Dunkirk is good. You haven't seen it yet. It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, Dunkirk's solid. Very tense.
But I will say that Chris Nolan...
Press the big red shiny button. I love it. I love it.
I like Chris Nolan a lot, but I don't know. He partners with his brother who writes all the scripts for him, and there's some flaws.
You want to do the honor? You're pressing the big red shiny button? Oh, yeah. Deplete and Wraith Hellborn, thank you for following.
Destruct feature. Vessel annihilation sequence.
Oh, you didn't like Inception?
What?
I liked Inception.
Oh, Inception's great.
I like.
Oh no, we gotta run! We gotta run! We gotta
I didn't
go!
like
We gotta
the,
go! We gotta get the job done! We gotta start an animation! Gotta make.
What's the last Batman movie called? Rise of the Batman or something?
The Dark Knight Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, that movie's poo-poo on a stick. Give me a break.
It's not poo. It's just not nearly as good as the first two.
Destruct.
Like, I mean, that's my problem. People are always like so quick to say like, "Oh, that sucks." It's like, well, like just because something is average or mediocre or isn't as good as a previous thing doesn't mean it sucks.
So then there's the other thing too. When you take people that are obviously great talents like Chris Nolan,
right?
And then they put out something that's like good for a regular person, but compared to what that person has done before, it's just bleh, then I think it's kind of awful. Like Chris Nolan, he just came off The Dark Knight. That's what we all went and saw.
Right.
So it's like, you gotta deliver, man. You gotta do something.
Well, I do think Heath Ledger's death totally.
It did, yeah. But I mean, okay, so like every single cop in the whole police force goes in the sewer, and they don't have any guns or anything. Like they don't leave one dude at the station house. They're like, no, all hands on deck. We're all going in the sewer right now.
I love
to
this
be ambushed.
animation. It's so good. This animation's so great. Like, okay, I'm gonna sit here. It's like,
Oh yeah.
just sneaking up on
Photobombing.
them. Like,
Yeah.
Did you see that? Yes, I hope that's.
And then also, didn't he break his back? But then he like walked through the Mongolian desert or something, and like back to his mansion, like 2 weeks after he broke his back. It's BS, dude. The whole movie's BS. And all the cops are like running at the bad guys, and they don't have any guns. Why don't they have any guns? They're like the whole police force. Look at it, police.
Look, I'm just saying, like, it's not.
Police have assault rifles.
I'm not
nowadays.
gonna say like it's the like. Look, it's clearly the worst of his Batman movies. Like clearly, right? That's fine. We can. I think everyone can admit that. I'm just trying to say, like, oh man, I was at 1 health. They should have killed the Joker. Well, they didn't kill. It wasn't that they wanted to kill the Joker. It's the Joker died for real, and there was no way to bring him back.
Hi there, Fuzzball.
So you couldn't make a movie because Heath Ledger was dead, mainly because he played the Joker.
Well, they could have CG'd him like they did with
No, it would have never worked. Never worked. Not at the level. Because like I thought the original role, like the Joker, the original plan was that it was going to be much more about the Joker. Like it was going to continue the whole Joker thing. And,
yeah. No, I was being facetious.
Yeah.
You can't CG him. It's not Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. Although they said no CG Carrie Fisher and well, next Star Wars movie, it's all using previously shot footage. So, very curious how they do that. But, you know, sometimes I feel like I suck at video games. Not usually, but occasionally. This is one of those times.
I usually feel that way. About myself, not about you. You're pretty good. Thoughts on the Hobbit movies?
Yeah,
Unwatchable.
Oh my god. I'm not so good right now. Alright. Let's refill ammo one more time. And let's go deal with this in a slow, methodical manner where I won't get myself killed.
I'm not sure if Peter Jackson is a good filmmaker.
That's a tough thing to have to possibly admit. Oh, that's why they tell you to get the taunter. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna throw all this stuff at you. Get something that can distract him.
Like, I went back and tried to watch Lord of the Rings. They're kind of hard to watch.
Oh no, the Lord of the Rings movies are still great.
I still sort of like The Fellowship. Mostly because Sean Bean and like just it's a road movie, you know. I love road movies, but man, Two Towers and Return of the King just.
No, they're good. No.
Especially with the elves when they're talking and they're saying all these like names of characters
No,
and places with
no.
like their elfin, all the like. It's just so. I'm
Look,
just like,
look.
man.
Agent Smith being an elf is awesome.
Yeah, Agent Smith is great. I like that guy, but it's just.
Liv Tyler is kind of weird. But
Yeah, Liv Tyler, and then what's her name that she's in Thor Ragnarok also.
Oh, you mean Galadriel?
Yeah, it's just when they talk, I'm just like, oh, are you like? It's like they're LARPing, and I can't see past it. They're just LARPing, and I'm like, wow, like, I bet you smell like Cheetos. You just can't get past it. Can't take it serious.
No one tosses a dwarf.
Oh yeah, and that too. All the dwarf humor that they inserted in the second movie. And he like surfs down the elephant's nose. I'm like, nah, I'm checked out. I wanted to like it. I like fantasy. But if I'm gonna watch fantasy, I'll watch Conan the Barbarian. That is the best fantasy.
Wait, how the hell do I do this?
If you jump and slam thing with a wrench on those enemies, their glass helmet breaks and you get them in one hit.
Oh god, I'm so confused right now.
Did you play the Lord of the Rings games on PS2? And you could play co-op on the same TV. Ooh, that sounds fun. I didn't.
I did. I played those. They were good.
Sounds fun though.
They were fun. Wait a second. Am I doing something wrong? This is possible, right?
They're saying you're great at this game.
I don't know. I'm like, my brain is fried, and I can't figure out. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to like see it in my head how this is possible to get based on. I think this one must be wrong then. Actually. Oh.
Did you play Middle Earth: Shadow of War? Yeah, we played it on stream. Like, it was one of the first streams we did. Probably one of the first 10 streams we ever did. It's pretty cool. Let's bring back movie tie games like Shrek 2. I agree. I like Shrek. Shrek Bowling.
Sorry, that took me way too long to see that solution.
Any other movies you plan on watching this year? James just saw Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah, I did see Bohemian Rhapsody.
I'd like to see that movie.
If you like Queen, don't view it as a biopic. Realize that it's heavily sanitized. Just view it as a fun popcorn rock movie where you're going to see some really awesome recording and concert scenes and see it on the best sound system you can see it. So like an IMAX or Dolby Prime or something. Because like those sequences are awesome. But the movie itself is not necessarily a great movie or story around a person because they.
Oh.
I don't know what
So if you go to that movie and you're gonna go to one of the theaters where it's really crowded and it's hard to find parking, maybe instead of driving there, you should ride your bicycle. Bicycle.
Yep. I love that song. It's not in the movie though.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I'm just setting your expectations appropriately.
It's no longer a 2 thumbs up movie from me. The best it could hope for is 1 thumb up now.
Yeah, it's a bummer. You know, I think they didn't have enough. Honestly, I don't know if that song is one of their most popular songs. Really,
they have a ton of hits.
Yeah, that's really the issue. It's good though.
I watch Mighty Ducks just for We Will Rock You.
Right, gets a good usage of We Will Rock You. When we won my Little League tournament, my dad had a boombox, and then we got the champions beat up on it.
Oh, that's nice.
Where did I get hit?
This is like turning into a Quarry stream, like when you're gone and Justin and I just try to like futz with something. This is what it feels like.
Dude, 4 hits is not enough. This is ridiculous.
Are we excited for Into the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, yes. 1,000 times yes.
The movie did not talk about Flash Gordon. Oh yeah, because Queen made the music for Flash Gordon. Oh, and they omit that from Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Shit.
No, I don't think it's an important part of the film, honestly.
It is to me.
No.
Flash Gordon was
the
big
story,
in that movie, Ted.
Not the story they were telling in that movie is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not an important part of the story that that movie is telling. Like, I agree, I understand why you'd be upset about that.
Careful, careful.
I know, I'm just now insisting I must get these boxes.
Who could play Elton John? Elton John is still acting in movies. He was in, what's it called? Kingsman 2. But who could play young Elton John?
I don't know why I did that. That was stupid for only 2.
Oh
my god! Don't say anything.
No, I'm not. I want to listen to Flash Gordon. I'm not gonna like boombox it through the microphones here, but I want to listen to Flash Gordon.
Little Gamba said this is my first game on PlayStation. Oh, that's awesome.
I have one more question about.
Quarry Station just followed. Better look out. Corey.
Sweet. You know what's funny? That I made a custom boot sequence on my Raspberry Pi that's like Corey, like with the Sega font.
Corey.
Yeah, exactly. And so now there's someone in Quarry Station. That's cool.
We have a bunch of followers now too, though. T-Bone 2B followed. The Satan Piccolo followed. Legendary Hero 999 followed. Star Guy 007. Sentinel.
Wait, where's
And
their name?
Pfizer 4.
Yeah.
Pfizer 4.
So one more question about Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
Any mention of how they made the theme song for Highlander?
No.
God, that's the best thing they ever did.
Dude, there's a lot of stuff they had to skip, and again, like going back to it, it's a very sanitized version of.
Imagine living a life so big that when they're like, yeah, we're gonna make a movie about you. Oh, should we have some of the movie be about how you made the theme song for fucking Highlander? Nah, that wasn't that big a deal in the grand scheme of your work. Hello? If I worked on the theme song for Highlander, you could just kill me the next day because I'm never gonna do anything that adds up to anything close to that ever. Highlander, dude. Remaster Resistance, that's what I'm talking about.
What about Aquaman? Yeah, I'll probably see Aquaman. Over the break. The trailer's good.
Yeah, like that guy knows how to act.
Well, he's just doing the same thing. Aquaman, like I can see his sort of shtick working for Aquaman.
Jason Momoa, I say no Noah.
Did you see what's his name as The Witcher?
Oh yeah, he's fine. Yeah, the dude from Mission Impossible.
You mean Superman?
Yeah, but no one even. There was that bit where he was like walking around the town and people didn't recognize him that he did on a late night show. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, he was walking around in Times Square and Henry Cavill, right?
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
No one stopped him.
and people didn't recognize him. Yeah. I think this was a couple of years ago. I think now they would recognize him.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't call him Superman because he's basically some unrecognizable guy who's just fine and he's benign. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, he's pretty good in Mission Impossible.
Oh my god. Dude, the 4-hit thing is killing me.
You can use the taunter to lure enemies. Lure them.
I know what I can do, but I'm just trying to.
All those late night shows are scripted. Man, don't ruin my fantasy world that I live in, okay?
I think some of the man on the street stuff isn't scripted on those shows.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe it is. We knew a guy who ran one of those shows, though. Okay.
Insomniac is playing their own game. That's right. That's what we do. Well, we also play other games too.
And then we play games that are neither ours nor others.
Yeah. Sometimes we won't play a game, we'll just take 2 random Insomniacs and put them in here with a stick or a spear or something like that and say 2 may enter, 1 may leave. And then we just roll a camera for an hour and see what happens.
Yeah, we call that...
That's when we have to downsize.
Oh no, I was gonna say we call that... My bad.
How bad do you want to work here?
I'll tell you my joke later.
Oh, okay.
Never had to downsize.
Clearly I like Highlander, but what about Braveheart? It goes without saying, Braveheart's amazing, dude. James Horner did the soundtrack for that. He also did the soundtrack for Aliens and Kroll. So of course I'm gonna freaking love Braveheart, dude. Yes, Braveheart's amazing. Not to mention it's 100% true story. Totally accurate in every way. They want Shirt the Spider-Man back.
Nope, not happening. He did something really bad to the office of the building, and they banned him.
Oh, my thoughts on I haven't seen Solo. What do you think of Solo?
Do I need to, no, I would lend you the 4K disc, but you still haven't watched Black Panther.
No. And honestly, now with Red Dead, I'm not gonna be. There. Usually, I try to watch a movie every day, and I haven't been doing that because I've just been playing Red Dead.
I like Solo. Solo's good. I actually wanted a sequel with those versions of the characters, but it's probably not going to happen because the internet is.
But they wouldn't call it Duo. That's the problem.
I have no idea how much health I have. Okay, I have full health. That's good at least.
Man, I saw this thing that my friend sent me on Instagram that was like a Halloween costume where one guy was like in a really authentic Chewbacca costume.
Oh.
And it was like a lot of work went into his Chewbacca costume. And then there was like some girl next to him that I guess was his girlfriend or wife or something. And she just had a t-shirt that said, "Happiness is having sex with a Wookiee." And I was like, what the hell type of like costume pair is that? That's like, she didn't put in any effort and it's just crude. Now,
oh man, all the way back here.
there was this really great Halloween costume ad that I saw on like someone had posted a screenshot of this from Craigslist, and I don't know if it's real, it might have been made up, but this guy was saying like he's really big, strong guy, and he's gonna go as Chewbacca for Halloween, and he was looking for a quadriplegic to be C-3PO that could be like in pieces in his backpack, and they could go as like a pair. And he's like, I'm really strong, I think I could carry you for the whole night if we like went out to some parties and stuff. So like any quadriplegics hit me up and we could do the partner costume. And I was like, dude, that's effed up. But also, like if I was quadriplegic, I'd like, well, it's hard for me to say what my state of mind would be, but I feel like I would welcome.
I don't think they. I don't think they would want someone to carry them around all night on their back. Like, C-3PO is so annoyed during that whole sequence. He's like, you know, like that entire sequence, he's not happy about it.
Correct.
And he's just a silly droid.
I'm just thinking if I was put in that situation and I was a big Star Wars fan and I had the opportunity, would I take it? But in my case, I always try to find the humor in situations, and I use humor as a coping mechanism. And not all people are like that, so I can see why it might just be a terrible thing. But if you've kind of come to terms with your situation and you want to laugh about it and joke and stuff, then I would definitely do that.
No! Get away! Get away!
That guy's pretty big. Whoa! Oh.
And I'm out of the little agents though. I'm out of the.
Would I do a Wookiee? I would not, under any circumstances, do a Wookiee.
That's right! That's right! Whew. How do people do wrench-only playthroughs against that sort of stuff?
Don't waste the gadget box things on the frogs. Need them to save for when the frogs aren't there.
Okay, yeah, well, I got through it, so thanks. Oh look at this little guy. Oh my goodness. King Europe, the Roid Monster, Polynesian Potato, DN Knight, Thank you all for following.
A gadget engineer deserves a bit more respect if you
The
ask
same
me.
moon who just like, never mind, the boss battle's over. Yeah, well, I figured that out.
Gadget engineer. I create.
I always beat that boss with the wrench for the skill point. Yeah, well, you guys are crazy.
Show off.
Yeah, that's...
Viola.
Ooh, look at this.
Soon to be patented grind boots. Look, I need to get.
When
out of
did
here
shoes
before I
start
find
becoming
job.
a pickup? You hear people say this, you're like, oh yeah, it's got me this new pickup.
After we just
Oh.
saved your scrub.
No,
It's like
no.
it's like urban
My
slang.
new pickup?
Yeah.
Discount too.
Like they say it in regards to like new shoes,
I didn't know you just could say, like, I got a new pickup, meaning I got new shoes, but
and not just like any shoes, but it's like
Like,
probably
yeah, like-
you know like the Yeezys or something like that. It just makes me realize like somewhere along the line
you have
I
to
lost
buy
touch with like
I had to buy those?
Well,
You...
thanks.
because I see I look at him there and it's like I just imagine that being some meme on Instagram with like you know really bad JPEG quality and it's like
Grind boots let you travel on
my new
wheels.
pickup LOL.
Just jump onto the
Someone
rail.
asked on the voice. Voices were different for Ratchet in this game. James Arnold Taylor took over after this game took over and going Commando, whereas Clank was voiced by David Cave from the very beginning and has been in all the games. Guys, it Mikey something. I can't remember. Mikey Joseph? Is that right?
I don't know.
Mikey Kelly. There you go.
Thoughts on Red Dead 2? Yeah, it's great. It did take over my life also.
Corey wasn't into it like the first few days, and then suddenly it clicked for him, and now he's...
Well, because it has lots of control issues and little things that are like kind of annoying, but it's so good anyway that I just fought through those challenges and now I kind of get it. But it does still frustrate me. I still make controller mistakes quite frequently, but I still love the game. Well, isn't James Arnold Taylor in Star Wars? Yeah, he's the voice of
Obi-Wan
Yeah.
Kenobi.
Uh-huh.
There we go. Ah, yes, my young Padawan. I was reading, so I was on a flight with no Wi-Fi, so I ended up having to read. And there's a...
You didn't have your Switch with you?
I did, but I just was kind of fried. I didn't really feel like playing a video game, honestly. And then, like, at first I was kind of reading, trying to get myself to maybe take a nap, and then I did nap for a little bit, and I kept reading. It was a Timothy Zahn, Grand Admiral Thrawn, Darth Vader book, which also is sort of like a... it's sort of a book that hints at the new Star Wars land, because a bunch of it's set at the Star Wars land and in the cantina and stuff. It's coming to Disney. Anywho, long and short. What were you talking about? I totally lost my train of thought.
Your flight? I don't know.
No.
James Arnold Taylor as Obi-Wan?
Oh, I was just saying Anakin's in the book because it's set in two time periods where Anakin Skywalker's with Grand Admiral Thrawn and then Darth Vader's with Grand Admiral Thrawn. But every time I think about Anakin Skywalker, I think about James Arnold Taylor and like the digital Anakin Skywalker from Clone Wars, not
Then press and hold the X
not
button
Hayden
again
Christensen.
while in the air.
And I thought that was funny that like
Oh, I see.
like I was almost imagining those parts of the book like the Clone Wars and like it was animated characters doing it, whereas when they were in the Darth Vader, I was thinking it was all like live action in my head. So kind of weird. But anyway, that was where I was going with that story. I lost my train of thought, but I caught back up.
They said something about No Man's Sky, and I'm just gonna ignore it. They're saying I'm Ratchet and you're Clank. I don't think so. I don't think you can fit us into that box. Our dynamic is different.
Yeah.
Because Ratchet is, like, there are traits where it's sort of true, but in some ways it's not true. But we can all agree that Swole Atom is Quark. Have I gained weight? I don't think so.
Rude. Who said that?
I have beast blood.
Jeez.
Well, since when? I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm like really skinny, so it's not a. I don't mind if someone thinks I gained a little weight, but I don't think I have. Maybe it's just the way I'm sitting. I can go from having a chin to not having a chin depending on how I'm sitting.
Kratos and your boy. Boy.
Oh, Dad, I don't want to kill the deer. No, no.
boy.
You have just activated a
Hello,
gadget.
Gadgetbots.
Command a gadgetbot. Hold down the triangle button and select.
You look the
wait,
same to me.
follow,
Yeah, that's what I figured.
enter.
That's good.
I'm the ageless wonder. I'm gonna fall off a cliff one of these days, though.
Attack.
I'm reading that John Cena wants to take over as Captain America after Chris Evans is done. I'm not sure if he will fit. Oh, dude, that would be sweet. I would see the shit out of that movie, dude. That would be hilarious. Like his street clothes, he's wearing like long jean shorts and a hat, and like a long sleeve Dickies shirt or something.
The Gadgetron Hydro Displacer.
How
uses
old are
physical
you? I'm
process
guessing
to
early
release
30s.
drains.
Yeah, you're right.
Using it, you can drain and fill pools.
33 in
Sensors
January.
do not detect any on this space station.
Like, oh, it's like we have this gadget, but there's nothing here to use it on, so let's go.
What's wrong with No Man's Sky? I haven't even played No Man's Sky, so I don't know. I know that they kind of like boasted about it and then it backfired, and then they patched it and fixed it and made it better.
Yeah, that sums up a lot of them.
I look 17. Well, I just shaved yesterday too, so like, and I don't have much facial hair, but when I do shave, then I look like a little kid. Then if I like let it the stubble grow out, I have like sensei. I can't grow like mutton chops though. It's funny when I get my hair cut and they're like, "Do you want a razor on the back?" I'm like, "Why, dude? There's nothing there." And they're like, "Well, it's just procedure." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, don't have the neck hair though. It's unnecessary.
All right.
Back. So you are. And I found this.
Hey, cool.
I look
It's
like
a,
Insomniac's version of the boy.
Boy.
What is it?
A hydro displacer.
Great. I always wanted one of those. I guess.
Did you know you can place any gadget?
Yeah, I know we
on
can.
your
How about no
screen?
glasses?
I
How's
think we've
that?
done everything here, huh?
Just pause.
It's almost a pretty good stopping point, actually.
How often do I shave? Twice a week.
Choose quick
Fly to the
select
next
from
planet, I
menu.
guess, real quick.
Although in Red Dead, I shave every time I get back to camp.
Oh, that's so nice of you.
I only wear a mustache in Red Dead, and I shave off everything else.
Ratchet and Knack, thank you for the follow. King Europe, thanks for the follow. Bob Ross Live, thank you for following. And Wolverine05.
Oh, I like that one. I look like Ted Price's son, to be honest. Well, in spirit, and in following in his footsteps, and as a role model, hell yeah. And, well, you know, because his wife is Asian, and he's white, and that's, my dad's white, and my mom's Asian, so, I mean, it's probably
Your
like,
girlfriend's Asian.
yeah. So it's like a lot of overlap where, you know,
I like how that's your overlap, Jesus.
well, no, I mean that, like, it's in the cards if you were just line up 100 people and you're like, which one looks like Ted's son? It's like, well, you know, it wouldn't be that far-fetched because the genes are similar.
Yeah, like we should get an actual test, see how much is actually truly similar. Like you're completely different. You're 100% opposite. Well,
No, I used to dress the same way as Ted when I started working here, too. The button-up collared shirt with long sleeves rolled up to here, and jeans, and black shoes, all black shoes. I used to dress that way.
but you quit. Now you just wear t-shirts. And
Now I just wear t-shirts, yeah.
now you're more comfortable.
Well, it's actually because I was a little, like, I was even thinner until I hit, like, maybe 29 or 30.
That metabolism starts slowing down.
Yeah, and so when I was even thinner, I didn't like how thin I was, and I'd always wear, like, collared shirts and, like, button-up shirts to, like, try to, like, put more bulk on my body. And then I just, like, my metabolism slowed down. I got that Dale Gribble skinny body with, like, the fat stomach. And I was like, ah, screw it, I'll just wear t-shirts now that I'm more comfortable. Ted barely ages, he looks young too. Yeah, he does look really good for his age. And he's really healthy, like he does, you know, like martial arts and stuff. He's a very well-rounded individual, kind of like a Renaissance man, which there's not too many of anymore. There used to be a lot more people like that.
Okay. I'm in the hardest level in the game. Great. Well, we only have a few more minutes, so you don't have to watch me play out for too long.
I'll give you $10,000 if you get more buff than Swole Adam. Oh man, so if you were actually good for the money, that would be a great. Oh, and if I fight him,
you get super rough, then you get 10 grand too.
And if I fight him and win.
Oh.
Oh, they want a Ted and Corey stream.
Oh.
Yeah, we should do a Ted and Corey stream. Well, you'd be here too. But
I don't know if I want to be.
No,
that.
you'd be here too, and you host it, and we have Ted and I here, and we do this like, is he the missing son thing?
I don't think that's gonna play. I'll let you go propose that.
No, because like Ted likes hard rock music, and so do I. It's like, come on, dude. Like, we're kindred spirits.
Ted is into the master.
He's way better at stuff than I am, though. I'll give him that. Like,
Ted's good at everything.
Yeah, he's better at After Effects than I am. And it's like my job to be the After Effects guy, and he can just like, make stuff in After Effects that looks way better.
Downtown. Alex Diaz 96. Domination. Thomas VSBD. Thank you all for following.
We both wear rock wigs. Ooh, yeah. But so anyway, if there was actually $10,000 on the table and said, okay, this is yours if you get as swole or swoller than Adam, and you fight him and you win. If that was a real proposition, I would think about dedicating the next 3 to 4 months of my life for that.
I think it would take longer than that. Like I honestly think that's like a.
I don't. Yeah,
think
he's pretty swole.
Months. Like I don't think you could just. I don't think you could do it. Like I think you're talking like 12 to 15 months. Like,
Yeah, he's cultivated a lot of mass.
Yeah.
If I tried as hard as possible, well, here's the other thing. It's $10,000, but the amount of calories I would need to intake to gain that type of swole, that means all this extra food I gotta buy. This is probably really only $5,000 profit, because I'm gonna be spending way more on groceries than I do now.
Maybe not even. Think about your time to do it. I mean, it certainly could make it worth it if that's the body you wanted.
No, I prefer to be the agile. Like, if we're classes in a video game, he's like the guy with the great sword, and I'm like the archer, you know? And I like it that way. I like being nimble. I'm like Gambit, you know, and he's like Cyclops. Like, I never wanted to be Cyclops. I want to be Gambit.
We need 150,000 bolts if we want a Rhino.
Although, that is kind of contradictory, because Arnold is my biggest inspiration. Like, I feel bad if I ever met Arnold in real life. He'd be like, "Oh, you puny boy, you little twig arms, you gonna stab in half, girly man." And I'd be like, "Oh no, Arnold, you're my hero, don't say that to me." But that's like exactly how it would go down. "Oh, you ever do a push-up in your life, you little twig boy?"
He's like, "You are no son of mine."
I know, but I still love him. But it's like if I were Adam and I met Arnold, he'd be like, "Oh yes, you're doing a good job, yeah." And I'd be like, yeah, Arnold's proud of me. So I'm kind of a walking contradiction.
That's a very accurate way of putting it. Oh my goodness. Does Ted give motivational speeches? I don't even call them motivational speeches, but he definitely talks to people and like, I don't know, like I'm sure people find them motivating. There's always lots of, trying to. I think any good. Oh my God! What the fuck is happening?
Well, he gives like talks to the whole company, like studio updates and stuff, and they're usually pretty cool.
All right, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
It
was a tough game, man.
But I thought I did pretty good overall. Yeah. We had a couple little road bumps. He threw you a javelin. I don't know. I think anyone who's like running a company has to, help motivate their employees. And like, that's not to say like if there's any motivational speeches that are purely like a head coach, like, "Come on, boys, let's go do this." But that sort of thing. Costumes. I don't think Ted had a Halloween costume this year, but he has been in costume other times. 23 Brozar, perfect focus. Thank you both for following. Same phone who dis is pushing the "I look like Jack Black" thing again. And that means I should probably lose weight. How much money will you give me to hit to Corey's body size, huh?
That's unhealthy.
Yeah, maybe. Do we have any involvement with Idle Minds when we made the HD version? We are playing an HD version. We're not playing the actual original PS2 version. This is an HD PS3 version of the original
Right.
Ratchet Clank. Though we could have dug it up and hooked it up through a PS2, honestly. We just didn't go looking for it.
Yes, Ted's speeches are exactly like the speech in Independence Day.
Yes, every day.
And he definitely does ride in the jet to the front lines with us when we need him to.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
true.
some guy living in the ivory tower. He gets his hands dirty. He's awesome.
So that's all for today. I think we might be back tomorrow, but it depends on...
Oh, yeah. North Carolina may be busy, so we might cover for them. And if we do, Dig Dug, 90 minutes of Dig Dug.
Yep.
Digging, dugging.
Digging.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
We're not going to dab, dude. Forget it. No dabbing.
So that's all happening, and then, I don't know, we'll figure out the rest of this week. But yeah, either way, there'll be stream tomorrow.
Multiple people
11
asking
a.m.
for dabs. Jesus Christ.
No.
Go watch a Fortnite stream if you want that crap. God.
11 a.m. tomorrow, 11 a.m. tomorrow, 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see you then. Maybe it'll be Thomas in North Carolina. And otherwise, thanks for watching as always. Happy 16th anniversary to Ratchet and Clank. And yeah, next week we'll celebrate Going Commando's 16th anniversary by continuing our playthrough there.
Oh shit, I'm going Commando today.
Prove it. Bye.